When I was 10, my parents bought an old house in a quiet town. The attic was filled with forgotten things, dusty trunks, rusted lamps, and broken furniture. But one thing stood out: a small porcelain doll sitting upright in the corner, its wide blue eyes frozen in an unblinking stare. I hated it instantly. Its once white dress was stained yellow with time, and its cracked face had a disturbing, almost knowing smile. My mom thought it was charming and placed it on a shelf in my room. That night, I turned it to face the wall. By morning, it was looking at me again. I tried to ignore it, but things started happening. My closet door would be slightly open in the morning, even though I shut it every night. My blankets were pulled halfway off when I woke up, and at night I heard whispers, not words, just soft, breathy murmurs that made my skin crawl. One night, a loud thud jolted me awake. My heart pounded as I looked around the room. The doll had fallen from the shelf, but it was sitting up, facing my bed. I grabbed it and ran to the attic, shoving it into an old wooden trunk. I slammed the lid and locked it. That night, I finally slept. But at 3 a.m., I woke to something scraping against my ceiling. It dragged from one side of the room to the other, slow and deliberate. My breath hitched. I wanted to believe it was the house settling, but then I heard it. A giggle, a soft, childlike giggle, coming from inside the attic. The scratching turned into pounding. Something wanted out. I pulled the covers over my head and squeezed my eyes shut. The pounding stopped. Silence filled the room. I barely breathed. And then, the attic door swung open. I wanted to scream, but nothing came out. Heavy footsteps thudded down the ladder one by one. Then, a soft shuffling sound moved toward my bed. I stayed frozen. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. The next morning, my parents found me curled in the corner of my room, shaking uncontrollably. The attic door was wide open, the trunk smashed to pieces, and the doll nowhere to be found. We moved out shortly after, but the nightmares never left. Neither did the whispers, and sometimes, late at night, I still hear that giggle,